calling me from the central government, like, Remona, PM आपके साथ बात करेंगे from this. I just want to become like her. She has done PhD, and there's so many people to welcome me. I'm like, okay, what is happening? Because
And like we always say, once an Aloysian.
always an Aloysian. Just get 6 hours of sleep, please. Don't suffer.
Hello, and welcome to Dreams to Reality, presented by Mangalore Budding Talents. I'm your host Ria, and today we're kicking off this journey by celebrating the incredible achievements of a truly inspiring young woman. This podcast is all about shining a spotlight on the amazing people of our community who are turning their dreams into reality. And today we have a very special guest. So stay with us till the end to know more about her life story. Let's be honest. How many of us can say that we have spoken with the Prime Minister? Well, our guest today can say that she has. She is an exceptionally talented dancer, a national awardee, and a true authentic gem. Please join me in welcoming the phenomenal Miss Remona Eva.
Hello.
Ramona, welcome. We are very glad to have you here. So let's dive right in.
Yes.
Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. How did you feel when you got to know that you were receiving that award?
Okay, there is a funny story behind it. And okay, I'll start with, usually this award is being awarded to the awardees in the month of November on Children's Day. Okay, but when I got this award, it was like the end of COVID time, and there was no announcement. Like, about this award, there was no news at all. Okay, then in the month of January, I was in college. Some as I said, it was COVID time. There was a lot of scam going on during that time, and my mom got a call.
Oh.
Like, जी मुझे रमोना का ये सब details भेज दीजिए. We were like, my mom was like, huh, and she kept the call, okay? Then she didn't send, because of course, like, without any interaction, they were like, just send the details. Who would send?
Yeah.
Then after an hour something, they called back. Like, ma'am, आपने अभी तक details नहीं भेजा है. So my mom was like, जी कौन बात कर रहा है, कहाँ से बात कर रहा है, क्या क्या हो रहा है? So they were like, oh shit, we forgot to tell that you got this award and everything. My mom is still not able to believe this. Like, जी मुझे like क्या proof है? कुछ proof तो होगा. Then they sent the official letter, and my mom was happy. Okay, my mom was very happy. My brother, my sister-in-law, everyone were there. Then I came back from college. Usually what happens is, when any student just come back from college, we just throw our bag, go to our room, freshen up, we be in our own world. It's not like your parents or your siblings will welcome every day. So I entered my home, and I'm like, it was very weird to see my mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law just staring and smiling at me. It was a bit too weird. I was like, what's wrong with y'all people? I just entered, I'm like, what's wrong with y'all people? Why are y'all smiling so much? Like, my brother was like, nothing. I'm like, dude, you're creeping me out. Tell me, am I in trouble or something? Did I do something wrong? Just tell it to me. Then my sister is like, no, there's a good news. I'm like, doesn't look like very much. And I'm feeling very creeped out. Tell me really what is happening. Okay, then my mom said, you have been selected for this award. I was like, eh? I was just blank. I was like, eh? What did you say? Like, you have been selected. I'm like, wasn't that in the month of November? But now it's January. Like, then she showed me the letter. Then we all went crazy. We were like, oh my god, yeah, that, this, and all. So it was, yeah, something very weird, I can say. Then on the day of the award, like after that, we had a week gap. We had all those things to follow
Yeah,
and everything.
procedures.
Yeah, procedures. And there were many meetings and everything. But they mentioned that you'd get to talk to the Prime Minister, but they didn't specifically tell like to whom, what, why. So of course, like you'll be like, oh, I will not get that thing will be there. Then on the day of the award, for my bad luck or what, I don't know. I had a bad cough. I had a bad cough, and just 10 minutes before the award ceremony, they're calling me from the central government, like, Remona, PM आपके साथ बात करेंगे from this, like, from the part of South India. He will talk to you. I was like, sir, really? Like, हाँ जी अभी टाइम नहीं है आप रेडी हो जाइए I'm like ठीक है I went to my mom I'm like mom he's gonna talk to me my mom she was like take eat Vicks like because I was having a bad cough she just gave me Vicks like two Vicks chocolate just shut your mouth and sit she was like that I was like okay fine I'll shut my mouth and sit then came the time where it came like we had to talk and everything I was shivering like this table and my hands are down. I'm like, mom is hitting me from other side. She was like, sit correctly. I'm like, I'm shivering. I can't help it because talking to him it's kind of scary, Like you don't want to mess it up.
True.
Now, how casual we are. We can't be so casual over there because he's the prime minister, and you're scared that you'll mess things up. And I was like, I was very scared. I'm like, okay, namaste, and everything it went very well. And I still can't believe it that I spoke to him till today. It's very memorable.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because most of the people remember, like when they tell Remona, they're like, "Oh, she spoke with the prime minister." So you're very lucky, and it's all because of the achievements that you have made. So congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
So to talk about the most important part, so what sparked your fire for dance for Bharatanatyam?
I can say that it's my mom. Like, because of course, kids will not know anything. Like you just came into this world and like what is happening, you have no idea, Like I guess during that time I was just singing Twinkle Twinkle or Ringa Ringa Roses, and that time my mom was like, no, I'll take you to Bharatanatyam class. But my mom, what did she do was she used to play these series of Bharatanatyam steps and everything, and I showed interest. So she was like, okay, you're showing interest. I'll make you join Bharatanatyam class. So she was the one who introduced me to Bharatanatyam.
Wow, that's pretty inspiring. You know, your mom is behind the great
Yeah.
play. That's amazing. So, and under the guidance of Dr. Sri Vidya Muralidhar, so how has her, I mean, has she given you a piece of advice or anything that's memorable to you?
So I can tell that my guru is like my mom, okay, because from 14 years I am learning under her, and I just want to become like her. She has done PhD, even I want to do PhD. She had taken literature as a subject in degree years, even I have taken literature, so it's like
Nice.
me copying her.
That's nice. So you're talking about PhD. So can you like talk more about your future plans with us?
Yeah, sure. So at present, I'm learning like literature and history as my major. So I want to achieve PhD in dance, just like my guru.
Nice. That's very nice. And I also heard that you want to teach this dance form to the abnormal orphans and transgenders. That's really so beautiful and compassionate. So
Thank
what
you.
drives you to do that?
Like from a very young age, I always like, especially in the Bangalore side and all. I noticed like for these programs, especially government programs, I met many transgenders. I would love to mention a dancer named Kalyani, very talented and down to earth. Okay, she's a transgender. She has suffered so much through life, and she was like, we don't have a dance teacher or anything, we never had a proper guidance. And it was like, it was so sad to hear all that, because we have all the like, necessary things. You can go to dance class and everything, but they don't have it. Even like, even if they have it, the world doesn't supports them. So after that I made it as my goal, like I want to teach them. And even the disabled, because they're very talented. I like for 1 year I went and I taught in Navachetan special school. And I'll tell you one thing, that like the most talented people, the most talented. I went there and they're performing Yakshagana, which is like one of the hardest dance forms. And they're performing that with all the costumes and for 1 hour. Not even like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 1 hour ka dance drama they're doing it. And then I got few students to teach. They were like very talented. So, and at the same time, it's like a physical exercise to them as well, and even they are having fun. It's something very special, which it's hard to express, you know.
Yeah, right. When you spoke about, that they were dancing for 1 hour, I literally
Yeah.
felt that goosebumps because that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, Remona started dancing at the tender age of 3 and Bharatanatyam no less. So, that's a huge achievement. And not just that, she has performed in 17 states. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, do you have any interesting experience to share about? You went traveled to so many states.
um, the best part about traveling is like at that time of moment it's not the best part, but after you reach it's like very funny, especially when you travel in train. Before and all, like just I and mom used to be like, why AC coach is bit too like too decent. Let's travel in general sleeper coach because you get a lot of drama over there. And
That's true.
there was like so much drama. My mom used to fight. Like we have our seats, and some random dude used to come and sit. We used to fight and everything. Like so much drama happening. Like at present, we'll be like, why did we even think of this? Like we could have just gone in the AC coach. But once after we reached back to Mangalore, like, oh shit, it was so fun, and we start laughing. And there was a time I had gone to Orissa for performance. What happened was the food over there didn't suit me. That is a major problem of me. I don't get adjusted to food. I don't know why. So I went there. I was not adjusted with the food, and I got food poisoning. And we had a train like that day in the night around 10:30 was a train. And like the area where I was, it was a rural area, and they didn't knew how to put a pin. Okay, they had
Okay.
to put a pin. I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay, they could have given me tablets or something, but no, they gave me a pin, and like first they pricked it here, then they
Okay.
pricked it here, and then they pricked it here and
Ouch.
here, and later they ended up pricking it over here, like this
Oh,
joint part. If I do
no.
like this, it'll come out. I was I was like, one side I'm holding my hand, other side I'm puking. I was like, do it fast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I had I wanted to ask them a question. I'm like, dude, I'm so thin. How can't you just see my vein over here? Like you can literally see my vein. They're struggling to pin it. I'm like, okay,
No,
leave.
like, why were they doing that?
I have no idea till today. They just pinned it and they have the tube. They just rotated and they pasted it here. I don't know why. But I traveled with that pin from Orissa to Mangalore,
Oh,
and my like blood, it was purple. By the time I reached, it was purple. And my sister-in-law, she's a nurse. She was like, you're lucky that you didn't get any infection over here because 3 days that pin
yeah.
was over there only for no reason.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was one experience I wanted to say.
Truly memorable, also, I think.
Yeah, very much.
Right. So, one more simple question. We want to know what are your hobbies besides Bharatanatyam?
I guess binge watching reels,
Oh.
sleeping, and eating. No, I cannot say eating, but yeah, eating. That's it, nothing else.
Okay. So, you're a foodie? No?
Depends, depends on my mood.
Okay, that's nice. And another thing that I had to ask you was you performed, I mean, not performed, you were present at the TEDx. That's another huge achievement. So, what was that experience like?
That was actually a very wonderful experience. I went as a speaker in St. Joseph College, and it was like a very, I got that full celebrity vibe, all of a sudden. Like you enter, and there's so many people to welcome you. I'm like, okay, what is happening? Because I'll tell you one thing, that welcome, like what is there in TEDx, you don't get it in other place. They were like, even though we have a car and we are used to picking up my props and everything, I and my mom, we just carry things and go as if we are Bahubalis and we just go. Yeah, these people like, no, 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 give it to me. They're snatching it from us. I'm like, it's fine, I'll carry. They were like, no, you're a speaker. Act like a speaker. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. It was a very sweet experience.
Wow. Yeah, that's nice to hear. Okay, and you study at St. Aloysius, right?
Yes.
So before we talk about St. Aloysius, can you talk about your childhood, like your education? Where did you do your schooling and stuff?
I did my schooling in Mount Carmel Central School, and later on I moved to State Boards. That's Padua.
Okay.
I did my high school and PU in Padua.
Oh,
So one lucky, like very happy. That is my wherever I have done my schooling or education. Everyone were very supportive towards me. They were very supportive. So that is one thing I don't regret at all.
that's very nice. And so you're studying at St. Aloysius College,
Yes.
a prestigious institution here in Mangalore. So how has your experience been there, and how has your college supported in your artistic endeavor?
Present, yes, I'm studying at Aloysius, and as we all know, it is one of the best colleges in Bangalore, and no doubt in it. And I am in BA Literature and History, and I can say we have the most educated and the coolest lecturers over there. Okay, we are not like we're more like a family. Okay, and it's like it's always fun. The class hours are fun, and it's never boring or anything. And Aloysius, especially our vice chancellor, Father Pravin Martis, he is very supportive,
True.
very supportive. Like attendance, yes, that is a thing, and like for all artists in Aloysius, he trusts you. Like I trust you, and he gives you attendance, and he's like very supportive. I don't know what more to say. He's just like very supportive, very sweet. He's like you're getting a chance, go for it. And even he gives you chance. Like Ramona, like this is a thing, go for it. Okay, and even our directors and all lecturers. Now I end up missing out most of my classes. So much so that teachers even ask me like few teachers, they'll be like, are you new over here? I'm like, no. I come to college every day. I just don't come to class. Okay. And they'll be like, oh, okay. And but they teach me again. If I go and ask them, they will teach me. It's not like they won't. No, there is like the thing, like usually we get those reels, no, like teachers will say, I will teach you, will come later. If you have any doubt, I'll teach you. But later they don't. But here it's not like that. They will teach you. And they'll teach you like until and unless you don't get it, they will teach you. Okay, that is like the best part over there. Everything in Aloysius is good. You get so many platforms, and after joining Aloysius, I even started like a bit of MC and then theater.
Wow.
Like teachers support you. They will like go for it, try, give it a shot. So yeah, they help you in building up your confidence. That is one thing, and many platforms.
That's very true because I'm an Aloysian myself, and
Yeah.
I can totally agree on each and everything that she said. And like we always say, once an Aloysian.
Always an
Yeah.
Aloysian.
And how do you manage your academics with this extracurriculars?
Okay, so basically, regular days just goes in a flow. You go to class, you sit, you listen, you come back. But during exam time, that's the part where the real problem occurs. And like being an artist, it's hard because during exam times only you have all these programs. Okay, when you're free, no programs come at all. But whenever you have exam, you get all the programs in the whole world. Okay, and and even if you cancel a show as an artist, like you say that you have exams, but few people understand, but few people don't understand. They're like, okay, I'm gonna cancel the show. Okay, all that, this, that, a bad name comes on you. Okay, and later on, there is a chance we might never get opportunity from them again.
Oh,
Okay, and
okay.
at the same time, exams are going on. I can't mess up my exams. Then, like, we go to the show, and usually a show ends up like 12 in the midnight or 3, and in the midnight, of course. You finish all that, you come home, you change, you freshen up, and you sit to study because next day you have exam. No sleep. Then morning
Wow.
you drink Red Bull just so that you don't fall asleep in your exam hall, and you go write exam, come, then sit to study again. It's basically like that. So I can say the word sleep or rest is missing from any artist's life,
Life.
and especially during exam times. It's
Wow.
hard, but it's a challenge. It's like, okay, I have to prove myself. I am good in this and that. Both. I have to prove myself. It's like that. So
Amazing, amazing. That's crazy because that's a true dedication, I can say. 3 a.m. at midnight, we'll be sleeping, bro.
even I want to.
Okay, and another thing I had to talk about is you use a lot of creative props, as we have seen, as far as we have seen all the most of the videos, and that's really wonderful. I mean, it makes it look stand out. Like, so, what is the story behind it? Whose idea was it?
It's basically my mom, okay? Not my brains, my mom's brains. And yeah, she is the one who gets all these crazy ideas. One thing I want to mention is our family is crazy. Like, really, we are crazy, okay? And the most crazy person is my mom. She's up for anything. Like, she is just like a daredevil. She does it. Okay, you tell her she does it. Okay, and she got this idea randomly out of nowhere. Like, let's dance like with fire. I'm like, what? Like, no, with fire. And she immediately started, like, she started experimenting with all this petrol, diesel. Like, the house smelled so oily for few days. Like petrol ka smell, diesel ka smell, smoke everywhere. I was like, what is happening? And the thing is, she was the one who tried it first. Like she only kept and everything. Like, okay, no, this thing burns live. Then months after she found like, okay, this thing is fine. Like this is more comfortable. Then she was like, come, hold it. I'm like, are you mad? You're just giving it to me like this. Okay. Like because of course, who is not scared of fire?
True.
Okay. She was like, "Wait, take it. I'm like, no, trust me. And she gave me that confidence. Even when it came on dancing on glass, she stood on the glass first. Then she was like, come. She held my hand. She was like, come slowly. See, when I'm standing, no, come. So it's her, basically. It's her for everything.
That's fantastic. And I'm sure Auntie will be watching this video. So, Auntie, thank you so much for building Remona into into such a wonderful dancer and as a person too. So, I was just curious to know, have you met with any injuries while dancing since you're using a lot of props and all of this, like you said, fire and all this? And another additional question, have you, got sickness, when there were events lined up for you?
So yeah, injuries and artists, we are best friends. Okay, and yeah, I have dislocated my shoulders thrice, dislocated this shoulder twice.
Oh, okay.
Then I have ended up with a chronic ligament issue. My knees are gone. I am 19 but living in the age of 80. My back hurts. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so I can tell it's like that. And the funny story about my back injury was it happened on stage. I was injured on stage, and after the dance, like I couldn't even sleep. It was very bad. It was very bad, and there are like two different stories over here. First thing, I am in a snake costume. Like my face is painted with the green thing and that all that design, basically a snake. Okay, and I'm crying. My friends, they don't know how to act in this situation. They're just like they're so dumb. Like, bro, snakes are flexible, bro. Why are you crying? I'm like, I
Okay.
mean, limit. I'll answer to that question like later. Okay, then like around three cars came to pick me up. Okay, they were like my friends' dads. One BMW, one MG, and no, two MGs.
Okay.
And I was like, no, no, uncle, I'll go in our car only. My brother was like, are you mad? Three big cars came to take you to hospital. Okay. And in the end, I went in my costume, that same snake costume. I went to
You
the
to
hospital,
hospital.
and I was like, I forgot that I'm in this costume. Doctors are like, they were like, my mom was like, "Illa program it." I was was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm in costume. And later I came home, I had rest and everything. So yeah, injuries is there. And another thing here I want to say is, to all the artists, it's important that you have at least 6 hours of sleep, because I used to always hesitate to say this, but now I want to say this. I have epilepsy, okay, and I got this because a lack of sleep. As I say, like, exam time, you don't sleep and everything. So it basically damaged my nervous system, and after that it was very hard to perform. Like, I used to go very numb. It was very painful. Like, basically after every shows I used to come and I used to faint. There was a time like that. So yeah, it used to be very hard. Then I was under medications and everything. But after that phase of my life, one thing, epilepsy is permanent. You can't come out of it. Like, it's forever with me. And one thing I want to say to all the artists is, please sleep at least like 6 hours a day, please. Not only artists, even I have my friends, like, who are into editing and everything. Like, usually when I call him, he'll be like, if I message him, I get his reply in like morning 4 o'clock. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, no, editing. I'm like, yeah, editing you can do it, but please have some sleep. Even to my, like, everyone, students, artists, editors, everyone, just get 6 hours of sleep, please. Don't suffer.
Thank you for pointing that out. I think especially for this generation, who are into too much phone and all the other work, like you said, editing and artists, I think it's very important to get 6 hours of sleep. We ourselves, even though we don't have anything, we keep scrolling on the phone, on Instagram, and our parents keep shouting, and we are like, you stop shouting at us. But then we don't realize they're actually, pointing out a very serious concern, I believe. Yeah, so please take care. You also have to get enough sleep. Thank you so much, Remona, for being here today and talking with us. You took out your precious time to come and speak to us. And for one final round,
Yes.
that is a round of rapid fire. You just have to
Okay.
answer quickly, okay?
Oh my
Whatever
God.
comes to your head. No, nothing.
Hope my brain works fast.
Just five simple questions. Favorite dance style besides Bharatanatyam?
Oh my God.
Five, four.
Kathak. Okay.
You dance Kathak? Wow,
Yeah.
okay. And favorite Mangalorean dish?
Kori roti.
Nice. And one word to describe your journey so far.
Hangama.
And dream dance partner, living or dead?
Oh God. I guess my guru, Dr. Sri Vidyamundi, though.
Wow. Have you danced like no? Okay, that's
I
nice.
want to.
Dream dance partner, yes.
Yeah.
No. And lastly, favorite subject in college?
Oh no, that's. I love English major and history both.
Oh, okay. We'll
both.
take that. We'll take that. Okay, and one more last question to end this. Since there are like right now Instagram and all of that, trending reels and all that is happening. So do you join those trends along with your Bharatanatyam?
Yes and no at the same time. Okay, because I love to explore. I love to explore. My main focus, my main thing is Bharatanatyam. I love Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam is my life, like that. But I also love to explore, and I also perform hip hop, salsa, other classical dances, folk
Wow.
dances.
Amazing.
So thing is, even if you explore, people are not ready. Like, few people, not every people, they are like, okay, she's a filmy dancer. Okay, they are not ready to say that she's a versatile dancer. They're not ready to say that. They're like, okay, that she's a filmy dancer. I'm like, what is wrong with it? Okay, you
Correct.
want to explore. There's nothing bad in trying. Okay, so don't hesitate to try. People keep saying a lot,
Look.
but when you try it, when you prove yourself, it's worth seeing their face. Trust me, it's worth seeing their face. Because one thing I want to say is, when I was like small, 2.5, 3, there was my own friend's mom who told to my mom that, she told it in Kannada. but I'm bad at little
It's
bit.
okay. I would love to hear now.
So she was like, Ramona doesn't has the body language of a dancer. Okay, she was like, Ramonaniಗೆ ಅದು dancer ಇದು body language ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು dancer ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. She said that to my mom. Okay, and my mom was like, yeah, my mom also was like, yeah, might be, because like there were many other kids who were much better than me. Now also there are many who are like much better than me. And all I want to say to that lady is thank you so much. Because one thing, because of her, I got that boost. I'm like, nay, I will make sure that I become a dancer. Okay, all my language will
Motivation.
become dance only. Okay.
Motivation, that
Yeah,
is.
so it's fun to take up challenges. It's fun to try. You don't know what happens tomorrow, so better try.
Nice. I actually wanted to ask you the same thing. There are a lot of budding talents who are watching this. So, any piece of advice for them?
One thing is, don't stop trying. Okay, but make sure that you be safe. Try, but don't put your life on risk. That's it. Okay, because nowadays, and another thing is like nowadays, people they give up very soon. Okay,
Very true.
like recently, they were like, I have seen so many of like people around me. They just suicide. Okay, and when you know the matter, I know it's a very tough situation for them, but please don't take your decision like there and then. Just sit, talk to someone, or take your own time. Think about it. Just don't jump into the conclusion of suicide. Okay, and second thing is, if you are stuck between dance and studies, just see what you love more, because see, in the end, what happens is, you step your leg into both, in there is a chance in both you might have a downfall. So either keep this as your hobby or this as your hobby, because now my my hobby or my passion is at the same time my education, because as I have mentioned, dance is my passion, but at the same time I'm doing PhD in dance, which comes in education. And if like the I know the parents who are like, you become doctor, engineer, that this, but you have interest in dance, singing. Now parents are not very aware that you have masters and PhD in dance theater. So make sure that you tell them that there is PhD in theater, singing, music, dance. There is a chance that they'll support you into it. They don't know, they just don't know. So just tell them that this is there. It's like it's a part of education and everything. Just how you have like doctorate in this engineering, that this, it's seen like that. So that is one thing I want to say. There is like a way
Hope.
in hope. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic advice. And to talk about that part where you told, people give up soon, we actually have plans to call a counselor or therapist, to talk more about this situation, because it's been like a trend, people are just,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was one thing I wanted to tell you. Yeah, so thank you, Remona. It's been wonderful having you here. You
Thank
were
you so much.
perfect. You're filled with that enthusiasm, and you're always smiling. That's what kept me also alive. And really, thank you so much. It
Thank you so
was
much.
an absolute pleasure to have you here, and your journey is a wonderful, a beautiful inspiration to all of those watching, and for me too. It was really nice knowing you here. I always
Yeah.
wanted to, as you know.
Yeah.
So thank you once
Thank you
again.
so much.
What an amazing person, right? Ramona's story is a testament to the power of passion and hard work. Remember, everyone listening, your dreams are valid and you can achieve them. Special thanks to Sleep Stories for providing this amazing set, and to Purvi Dry Fruits for the wonderful hampers. If you loved this episode, please subscribe to Mangalore Budding Talents. We want to bring you more inspiring stories from our community. Share this episode with your family and friends, and let's celebrate the amazing talents together.